You're really going to like what the forecast has in store. So let's walk you through what you can expect for the weekend. Certainly, if you take this live look out over downtown Cleveland, you can see some of those clouds still hugging northeast Ohio. This is going to be pretty common, especially once we get into that overnight to early morning time frame as we wait for this high pressure system to slowly sink down to the south. So in the meantime, yes, clouds are going to stick around, but that actually does help us out, especially once we talk about how cold that temperature is going to be early tomorrow morning. It's pretty much where it is now. You're not going to lose a whole lot of degrees as we wake up early tomorrow, and then gradually as we go through the day, you're going to see a bit more sunshine working back in across the area. So today was our one cloudy day. We're going to be talking about a lot more sunshine returning through the rest of the weekend and really holding off on any good rain chances until we look ahead towards the end of this next week and likely upcoming weekend. So that is something to just really enjoy and savor now while you can. Downtown currently at 35 degrees, winds very light out of the northeast to that northerly direction. Hopkins currently 33. So that wind north-northeast, that's moving over relatively warmer waters of Lake Erie. And if you look close, you can actually see where the western edge of that cloud cover sits just west of Sandusky, but it blankets pretty much all of our area tonight because you're pulling in a lot of that moisture across the lake. Sandusky right now 32, Mansfield 29, Akron 31, Cleveland 33, Youngstown area right around 32. So it has cooled off. We anticipate that it's going to cool off just a couple more degrees or so as we wait for that high pressure system to start to roll through. What that will do to our weekend forecast and beyond, we'll walk you through all those new details coming up.
Read for ice cream in February until you realize that it was like 50 degrees a couple of days ago.
Yeah, yesterday. I think our high at Cleveland Hopkins was 54 degrees. So beautiful day. Unfortunately, we didn't get to hold on to that heat today. We dealt with a lot of cloud cover and the after effects of that cold front. But it's really interesting. If you go back and you look at the data, our weather team kind of dug through a little bit of data here to get to this stat. But we're going to enjoy the first dry weekend since November 18th and 19th. And if you're looking at a calendar, that was the weekend just ahead of Thanksgiving. It has been a long time and a very active stretch that we've had since that week of Thanksgiving, really all through the month of January. We really haven't seen a whole lot of sunshine. We've dealt with a lot of rain. We've dealt with a lot of snow. So it's about time that our weather pattern finally starts to quiet down. Our atmosphere always likes to find balance. So if it's always been really active at one point, you're going to come due to get that nice stretch. And for us, that is the beginning parts of February. Sure, today, we've been dealing with some of that cloud cover, but the cloud cover's coming in with high pressure starting to build into the region. It's just that the flow around this high pressure system is going to keep some of those clouds locked in over northeast Ohio for at least the next couple of days. Not all day long, but I do think once we get into that early morning to mid-morning time frame, we're still going to be dealing with a decent bit of cloud cover across the area. Let's take you through future view over the next couple of hours. One good thing about cloud cover is it limits how much that temperature can really bottom out as we go through the overnight. Sure, if you clear out some of those clouds, it'll be much easier for that temperature to drop in some spots, but that's not necessarily going to be seen everywhere. Notice 6 a.m. temperatures for a lot of us, middle to upper 20s, lower 30s. During the early morning, the lake will be your friend. If you live closer to the lakeshore, it'll keep you just a couple of degrees warmer than, say, some of our inland communities. The converse is once we get into the day tomorrow, lakeshore communities will likely stay just a little bit cooler and a few more clouds will linger later in the morning, early afternoon. But places where that cloud cover can clear out, some folks, Akron, Worcester, Canton, we're talking temperatures that will easily make it low to potentially closer to mid 40s. It just really depends on how quickly that cloud cover moves out. With winds still out of the northeast, though, we will likely see the redevelopment of some of that cloud cover headed into early Sunday morning. So yeah, temperatures will cool off a little bit more. I think more of us will wake up middle to upper 20s across the board, but look at how much quicker that temperature starts to rise second half of the weekend. Plenty of sunshine, and at this point, winds are really starting to change direction. So you'll notice some of our southern communities able to make it likely upper 40s, if not close to 50 degrees. And that's how we're going to wrap up the weekend and get a wonderful start to the work week going. And it's all because this big bubble of high pressure will slowly be sinking its way down to the south and giving us that better opportunity to see temperatures start to warm up. So with a lack of systems moving through, we don't have much in the way of wind to talk about. Sure, make it a little bit more breezy headed into the day on Monday, but not significantly so. And so we're really going to be able to see the sunshine take full effect and really warm up that temperature mid to late week. Notice where we should be for this time of the year. 36, and then once we get to the end of the work week, close to 37 degrees. we're almost going to be 20 degrees above that point come next Friday, likely this time next Friday, because of how much heat we're going to be building in and really just the lack of systems that are going to be rolling through. However, with that heat will come finally some changes for us, especially in terms of seeing another system roll in and a better opportunity for finding at least some better rain chances trying to work through our area. So we do have several days to enjoy. The weekend certainly going to be some of them. Once we get into the end of this next week, early next weekend, that's when that next better chance will be to finally see some rain chances working through. So we'll still have plenty to talk about in First Alert Focus. If you